Welcome, one and all, to Let's Play Baldur's Gate, Part 26. Vidlari has decided to take our party to the Nashkel Carnival and search for maybe rare magical items, or perhaps to learn a spell or two from maybe a performer there. She's not really sure what she'll find, so these, her assumptions may be the case, or she could be wrong, but it wouldn't hurt to look. As we have put a dent in the banditry in the area, so the bandits must be on the defensive, and we know where the bandit camp is. Just as long as we don't take too long and they move the bandit camp, we should be okay. Now, Brugast to the Carnival is only an 8-hour trip, which isn't too bad at all. And we make it without any kind of trouble. Garrick talking. I've heard many great things about this carnival, said to be the finest across all the Sword Coast. I hope we'll have at least a little time to relax. I'm sure there's time for recreation here, Garrick. I can tell we're going to get along brilliantly, Vidlaria.
Of course.
Apparently, he didn't want to say fabulously, but brilliantly. Not sure why. Maybe he's trying to impress Vidlaria by using different words. Who knows?
Very well. What would you like? Tell me all about it.
This looks to be some part of the carnival area, at least. Not sure what exactly.
Whatever you want.
And here's some tents.
If you say so.
And Vidlaria's loot sensing abilities are going off. There's some swords in this chest. That's locked. There's a couple of farmers here. And that's locked too. What's this? Archibald. Appears to be some kind of mage. Comes up to Vidlaria. Books, 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 out of the way, you young rascals. In my day, the youth were much more respective of their elders, and much better versed in great literature, too. Oh yes, bah. Vidlaria's gonna say, sorry, sir. Manners, eh? So perhaps this modern living hasn't completely eroded the last vestiges of decency from you. Perhaps I can help you. Help me? How? Well, I'm a librarian. Or, well, I used to be. Though now I'm selling off my collection to finance my long overdue retirement. Being a librarian, he might know something Vidlaria doesn't. And, we are in search of knowledge at this point. So she's gonna sit and listen. And Archibald says, yes, I'm selling my collection. Though actually I've made enough money to live on now. I've but a few books left. Perhaps you'd be interested in this one, The Ultimate Compendium of Famous Little-Known Heroes, by an old friend of mine, one Saemund Sachema. Garrick, wow, could it really be the Ultimate Compendium of Famous Little-Known Heroes by Saemund Sachema? Please, Vidlaria, this is a great book. I'd really love to have it. Would you be a scholar then, my boy? A bard, sir. I've always wanted a copy of that, since I was knee-high to a gnome. It is one of the classics. The author is a genius. Well then, if it pleases you, I'll give it to you for free. It's rare to meet such a well-mannered types as yourselves. Good business to you. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have my retirement to be getting on with. And one last bit of advice. Things read in books can often prove very useful. Oh yes. You're a good man, sir. I won't forget this. So, we've procured a book. We'll give it to Garrick, as he did want to read it. Let's see, The Ultimate Compendium. This is a near-mint first edition copy of The Ultimate Compendium of Famous Little-Known Heroes by renowned scholar Saemund Sachema. Or Sachema. Not sure, actually. A shame it is not signed, but hey, you can't have everything. While the title may seem something of a misnomer, it is the kind of book which pretentious armchair historians love to have so they can chat and pretend to be intellectual at dinner parties and the like. One section does catch your eye. It mentions that the ghost of a famous bard, Mir Cutio, is said to roam around near the ruins of the Oldcaster School of Magic. Looking for further adventure, Mir Cutio? You've never heard of him, though it may be worth checking out. Huh. Vidlaria, of course, asking Garrick about the book after he thumbs through it a little bit. Garrick will tell her this information, and she has never heard of the Oldcaster School of Magic, and apparently haunted by a famous bard. Now, a school of magic surely has some kind of, library of spells. That could be a wealth of information, depending on where it is. And it's the first time she's heard of it. Anyway, we're going to continue to look around.
I am at your service.
Okay, I didn't know this would actually happen. What I just said is what he's just saying, right now. However, he also goes on to say, hey, there's rough directions, it's sort of close, east of Breergost. Perhaps we could go check it out? I see no harm in that, who knows? If true, we may learn something. Wow, thanks, Vidloria. There's a statue of a woman here. Interesting. Let's check this tent out.
Tell me nothing.
A merchant, of all things.
My stuff is authentic.
Hey there, you look like the adventuring type, so you need some new equipment. My prices might seem a little steep, but with the iron shortage and all that, there ain't nothing I can do about it. Why don't you show us your wares? He appears to be an armor merchant, although he has a bag of turnips and a bag of grain for some odd reason. The bag of turnips are tasty enough to satisfy even an ogre's appetite. That's interesting. And this bag of grain can be made into hearty food. I'm not sure if I've seen these before or not. I don't think I have. It's rather interesting. Although there's nothing in here we need to buy.
Very well.
No magical armor, not even full plate mail. Let's see. Let's continue down what appears to be the main road. There's a man shouting out about something.
Over here!
Come on, come one, come all, take a look at the stone warrior maiden. How long has she been trapped in this petrified form? Nobody knows. Be the first to learn for a mere price of 500 gold. For that small amount of money I will give you a magical scroll, and with this scroll you can release the maiden from her stone prison. Think of the gratitude she would feel to her saviors. Perhaps she's a princess from some far-off land, or maybe a powerful sorceress in search of a concubine. You can't afford not to know. Buy the scroll. Garrick, after the display. Wow! Zeke replies with, exactly, my friend. What say ye? Viconia, chiming in, perhaps we should, though mercy is infrequent from me. Petrification is a terrible fate. A bargain at 500 gold. Vidlaria already has a scroll, so we're not quite interested in his. And he says it's our loss. Huh. The possibilities for who this woman is, definitely fills Vidlaria's head, although she might be someone evil. Perhaps she was petrified for a good reason. Not quite sure what she thinks of that.
Of course.
Best not to mess with it, I suppose. Anyway, let's head inside this tent here. First we're gonna quick save.
Whatever you...
I've got the best prices this side of Cormier.
If you've gold in your purse, you are a welcome sight in mine eyes. What do you need? Let's see what you got to offer. He's some kind of weapons merchant, but nothing magical. That's too bad. And well, oh well. Seems to be a merchant of every type, which is good, because that means eventually we should find some kind of magical merchant, or magic item merchant.
Tell me all about it.
So Vidlaria is still hopeful. Here's another merchant here.
I've got the best prices this side of Cormier.
Let's see. Let's see what you have. Oh, whoops.
I've got the best
what
prices
do you have
this
to
side of
offer?
Cormier.
This man does have scrolls of protection and a few magical amulets and a ring of infravision. Necklace of missiles. The one gift lost. Interesting. It has a range of 50 feet. Not sure if it's like 3 charges a day, or if it's a set number of charges until the item disappears. But the missiles do 6d6 damage, with a save versus spell for half damage. So at least 3d6 damage. That's quite a powerful weapon. Even if we save it for important foes, that'll still be very helpful. And I don't believe anyone has a magical necklace at this point. There's also a shield amulet and an amulet of protection. The shield amulet. When its power is invoked, an invisible barrier surrounds the user. It sets the user's base armor class to 4. Typical base armor class is a 10 against all melee weapons, and a 2 against missile weapons. It also grants the user immunity to magic missile. That's pretty neat. Minx could definitely make use of that. Although, again, I'm not sure if this is just charges, or if there's more to it. Okay, it does have charges and it expands the charges. I'm not sure if it becomes useless once it's all used up. But it'll be useful for the upcoming fight for Minsk, definitely. So we'll buy one for him. This necklace of missiles seems too good to pass up, and we do have extra money, so we're going to buy that as well. Let's equip it on our necklace, on Vidlaria's neck.
I'm waiting.
Let's see. Oh, okay. It has 10 charges, but that is 60d6 damage. Minimum of 30d6 damage over the course of, using it. Let's see, and let's equip Minsk with his. That'll be very useful shortly. It looks like coming here was definitely worth it, even though we've spent a few thousand coins.
Of course.
Made that guy's day.
Leave us alone, will ya?
Whoa.
Nothing for you here.
Vidlaria, going into what she thought was yet another merchant tent, appears to be Zordal, a mage, telling us to stay back, and if we come any closer, that he'll kill this woman back here. And he's serious. Don't make me do it. All I have to say is the last word of my spell, and she'll die. What's all this about? She's a witch. She'll use her magics to poison the children of this town. She'll butcher the livestock, and she'll seduce the young men, make them her puppets. She must be killed. Vidlaria, of course, going to say, why don't we discuss this like rational beings? Just calm down, and I'm sure we can come to some sane solution. Discuss? There's nothing to discuss. This witch will die. Now leave me or I'll smite you as well. Vidlaria's gonna say, come on, we can't just let you murder a defenseless woman. Calm down and let us talk. Defenseless woman? She's a witch. She's dangerous and must be killed. Get away from me before I kill you all. This is just a few too many threats for Vidlaria and company. So, this guy probably is not a very good person. Sorry, but we can't let you hurt the lady. We're going to have to remove you by force if need be. I told you that, but you wouldn't listen. Now she dies, and then you die. Arashaka. And, wow. Apparently, he was not kidding, and the woman in the back of this tent does die with the finishing of the last utterance of his spell. But, we're all quickly going to, focus all our efforts into removing this man from, the material plane. Hopefully we just get enough hits in that we're gonna interrupt all his spells. Okay. Minsk is still berserking and he's attacking Vidlaria. That's not very good. Alright. There, he snapped out of it. Okay, so we managed to kill him though. I It's just too bad we couldn't save the woman. But he was a wizard, and he did have the scroll of color spray and a magical robe.
Very well.
Maybe there's something on her body to identify her with. Money, potion of heroism, his angel skin ring, another magical robe, and an antidote. Huh. We're not sure who this woman was, but it's too bad that she died.
What would you like? Tell me all
in these shelves, there's some money,
Nothing.
yet another quarterstaff, and the history of Shadowdale. Vidlari's not really interested in books unless they're spell books, but...
Yes.
So, we'll continue on. Hopefully no one saw us.
You need a new tailor. Your clothes are absolutely dreadful.
And, this very, very, glowing person, Lord Binky the Buffoon. Oh, how dreadfully unposh you all are. I mean, honestly, this is the carnival, not a gladiator's ring. What a fabulous carnival. What a fabulous carnival? Darling. Are you mocking me? Dost thou mockest me? Away with you, beggar. Apparently this person just gets hard from being rude. Anyway, let's look at what we picked up. 2 magical mage robes. We'll give those to... Actually, let's see if Garrick can identify them. Potion of heroism. We'll give to Minx, because he's the only one who can use it. And... color spray. I suppose Vidlaria... Well, she already knows it, doesn't she? No, she doesn't. Okay, well, let's see if she can learn it. And indeed she can. We'll give this scroll of armor to Garrick. Let's see, he can identify the 2 robes. The first one is a robe of electricity resistance, a 20% bonus towards it. And the second one is a knave's robe, +1 versus slashing weapons and +1 versus death. The knave's robe is going to go to Vidlaria, as it seems more general purpose, much nicer than just resisting fire. And then the resist fire and resist electricity will go to Donna here, I suppose. Fire is a little bit more common than electricity, so she'll be wearing that one typically. And no one else can wear any kind of robe. So we'll just keep this last one to sell at some point. Vidlaria's paper doll right here looks pretty stylish now, to be honest. Definitely looking like a wizard of some note. Anyway, let's quick save. Continue. Let's check out these bigger tents. Wonder what's in them. Apparently a gambling tent, which no one in our party really has any interest in.
Nothing to it.
The larger tents all seem to be gambling tents.
Very well.
What's over here? In this big empty field.
Tell me all about
Anything?
it. Nothing to
Apparently
it.
not. That's too bad.
Very well.
Well, there does look to be like a large crowd gathering area, although there's no act. It's too bad. Let's continue this way, perhaps.
If that's what
A new robe is nice, but it's not really new spells, which is what Vidlaria is looking for herself, Donna here, and Garrick. It's another merchant.
Ah, I know a discerning eye when I see
An explorer
one.
of the land seeking wonders and oddities. Well, both I have. Unfortunately, I paid thrice the price for my ironwares, and not a piece is salable. Huh, that's kind of a funny word. Mayhaps the guard will take more notice when old swords wear and the new snap like twigs in autumn. He goes on to talk about his things. He's selling us potions. Titan's Might, huh? If it does what you say, we'll gladly take it. We're gonna go ahead and buy all these potions, as they seem to be quite helpful.
Very well.
Let's see. Give them to Garrick, see if he can identify them. This red potion. Apparently, this potion gives us 25 intelligence and a 50% resist to magic damage. And it's usable by anyone. Vidlaria will be holding on to that. And the next potion, the violet potion, sets your strength to 25, but your dex and constitution to 3. That's not really all that great. Garrick will hold on to it, just in case we need to carry anything. And let's go ahead and leave, because that's all the merchant had to sell to us.
Nothing to it.
This group shows promise exceptional.
There's another small tent over here.
Whatever you want,
Perhaps yet another merchant.
if you say so.
Let's go ahead and find out.
Of
I've got the best prices this side of Cormier.
Let's see what you have available, good sir. All kinds of ranged weapons, it seems. Some arrows of piercing, which have a +4 bonus to hit and do +6 damage. Although you can save versus death for no damage. No additional damage, I should say. Which is interesting, very powerful, but just too expensive. So, not really worth it. We have plenty of magical arrows,
whatever
anyway.
you desire.
Let's continue on.
Nothing to it.
Although this just appears to be more wilderness this way. This carnival isn't really what Vidlaria thought it would be. Although it is nice. She just thought there would be more performances. Perhaps something more exciting.
All about it.
Although she did get the tidbit of the Oldcaster School, which may be more promising in this area. And it's east of Burghost. So we will have to check that out,
If you say so.
as it's definitely piquing our interest at this point. This appears to be a tent for sleeping in. That's nice. But we're not quite, tired.
If that's what you want. Whatever you
Well, it
desire.
appears like that we've explored most of the
Nothing to it.
carnival. But
Very
let's
well.
check out over here, just in case. Some kind of
What would you
jousting
like?
area, perhaps?
Tell me
That's
all about it.
neat, but there doesn't appear to be any action going
Nothing
on.
to it.
That's too bad.
Very well.
Well,
Whatever
let's head
you
east of
want.
Burghost then.
If you
I
say
suppose east of the temple.
so. Of course.
There's also that tip that we got
If that's
from...
what you want.
I don't even remember his name now.
Whatever you
But
desire.
something about the Firewine Bridge
Nothing
being
to
a good
it.
place to search for money
Very well.
and treasure.
What would you like?
Anyway,
Tell me
let's head
all
back
about
north. And east of Burghost is the temple. But what about east of the temple? We've never really searched. So let's head that way.
Nothing to it.
Let's go ahead and quick save. And I suppose if we make it east
Very well.
of the temple, then that'll be the end of this video.
Whatever
There's not going to
you
be much
want.
more to this,
If you say so.
except us
Of
traveling.
course. If that's what you want. Whatever you desire. Nothing to it.
Appears to be some
Very well.
mountains in the way. I suppose we'll just have to go around them. Wow, okay. There's a group of hobgoblins led by Cat Tack. What an interesting name.
What would you like?
He's gonna come talk to us, I suppose. Hee hee
no
ha
fight.
hee ha.
You fight,
You
you
no
die.
fight. You fight, you die. Give all gold and all iron, or you die. 'Tis simple choices. What'd I say? Or die. Die, die, die. Well, we're not gonna surrender, as we've, you know, just spent so much time collecting everything, all these nice things that we have, so we'll never surrender to you. Your hearts are brave, we'll rip them out and show you. Chill, attack. These appear to be chill mercenaries, part of one of the bandit groups that Tazok runs. Interesting. Sorry, I had to, scratch behind my ear, as funny as that sounds. Hit the microphone.
I'm waiting.
Anyway, Minsk is going to enter a rage, straight for
Yeah.
cat tack.
Give me
Everyone
power.
else,
Just ask.
why don't you go ahead and fall back.
You point, squeaky wheel.
And, let's see, Vidlaria, why don't you do the honors of casting the sleep spell?
Yes, sir.
Garrick, why don't you help
At once.
Minsk
With
out?
Godspeed. With joy, sir.
Down here, do likewise. Say, ditto for Amowin,
Also,
and, Viconia as well. Let's see. That sleep spell took out 5 of them, so let's take out the remaining 2 that are standing. And, now we just clean up. Should be simple enough.
My blade will cut
Each
you down
hobgoblin
to
was worth
size.
35. I didn't see how much cat tack was worth.
Go for the ice.
But, maybe they have something nice on them.
Let's talk more
Chill,
fight.
chill
Full plate
hobgoblins.
and packing. Butt-kicking for goodness.
Or not.
Full plate
3 gold.
and butt-kicking for goodness.
That one at 12.
Butt-kicking for goodness. Squeaky wheel, get
Not really worth
home.
much.
You point, I punch.
This one had a small gem.
Butt-kicking for goodness.
And cat tack had 34 gold.
Squeaky
Which is,
wheel,
I guess, nothing to complain about.
Very well.
Let's continue on.
Whatever you want.
To the east. Always to the east.
If man is known by the company he keeps, I shall be thought of
Let's see. We
gloriously.
spotted a pack of wild dogs. Minsk is probably going to enter a rage anytime now. There he is.
for the ice boot.
And the rest of us are just going to help him out, take out these wild dogs. And there we are, folks. Simple fight. Each dog is worth 35 experience. And looks like we made it. Perhaps Oldcaster's here? This does look to be east of Birgost. Anyway, thanks for watching, and this is going to be the end to part 26. Later, folks.